Oh, what the heck? Oh, I gotta fix that. Welcome to Morning Medley number 74? Pretty sure it's 74. Today's morning stream is only going to be 30 minutes because I do have some work that I have to get to, and I didn't have as productive of a morning as I would have liked to have, so it's only going to be 30 minutes today. I apologize. But I mean, it's Friday, it's Valentine's Day. I'm sure you guys got stuff to get done or stuff to get on. Usaria made it in time. So did Alpha. Happy Valentine's Day, Alpha. In celebration of Valentine's Day, I'm not only going to play, but at least for the first 15 minutes, I'm going to play all of my love theme songs, which I'll explain them to as I'm playing them, or before I play them. Because some of them aren't very apparently love songs. This song is called Rose Milk Tea that I'm about to play. It's just a little medley. I wrote this song in downtown Los Angeles at a boba tea place. And it was named after the first milk tea that I got there. Also, I met somebody there. That I liked a lot. Nothing ever happened. We just met them and talked a bunch, and then eventually they stopped coming there. If you want to hear the song called Rose Milk, it's on SoundCloud, on a compilation by Gaxel. Hello, Kid James. Welcome. And that is that song. That'll be the first of the Valentine's Day medleys. The second is going to be a song called Key Lime. Key Lime is named after somebody that I used to talk to, let's say 2017, 2018, 2017. I was talking to them a lot in 2017. It definitely was 2017. Holy crap. Anyways, I was talking to this girl in 2017. She lived in Rhode Island. We talked a lot online, just because she was kind of in the same scene of friends as I was. And then eventually I had a show in New York City, and she came up to New York City with some friends of hers. One of her friends was dating one of my music friends, and so we all went on this double date thing to a place called Champs, which nobody told me was a vegan restaurant at the time. I really wish they had warned me. I'm not a big vegan guy. I don't really love vegan food, but I made do with what I had, and it was alright. Anyways, that was the only time that we actually got to hang out. It was cool. We ended up having a pretty chill but apparent falling out talk anymore. But when we were that close, I wrote a song for her and named it after her. And then the voice sample in it, like the voice, if you hear this song, Key Lime, there's a vocal sample in it saying Key Lime, and that's her voice. That's the second Valentine's Day song. I think um I think the reason I still like Key Lime, something that's really like to the song, not the person. Well, I mean I still like the person too. But the reason I still like the song, usually when I write a song for somebody and then me and that person are no longer in each other's lives, sometimes I can bear some weird resentment towards the song. But I think the reason that I continue to like Key Lime is because the song isn't really overtly romantic. It's just kind of, I was inspired by this person and ended up writing a song for them. And since I don't really listen to my music, I don't think that I've heard that song in a very long time. I don't listen to it. So I only hear this version. Um, Third Valentine's Day song. What's another one? What's another? I almost said Amnesia. I mean, I can play the chords from Amnesia. I hope I can remember them. No. Yeah. For those of you that haven't heard the song Amnesia, Amnesia is about the first person I dated when I moved to Los Angeles. Oh my goodness. I mean, don't eat your lunch too fast. What's for lunch, by the way, you Syrian? Oh my god. Alpha. I'm sorry to hear that, Alpha. Hopefully the bleeding isn't too bad. I only use an electric razor, so I never really bleed anymore while shaving. However, I haven't shaved in a minute. I'm shaving this weekend. Chicken, broccoli, and Alfredo. I haven't had broccoli in at least a year. Nope, that's a lie. No, that's not. Yes, it is a lie. I had broccoli last summer. So it's gonna almost be a year. Not a big broccoli fan. More of a spinach guy. Another Valentine's Day song. So we did Rose Milk Tea, which was written around an early crush I had in Los Angeles. Don't talk to them anymore. And then I did Key Lime, which was actually written for and named after a girl in Rhode Island. Rhode Island. I never actually made it out there. I never made it out there. This song. My friend actually asked me, my friend actually asked me where I got the term groom cake from. Groom cake is a thing I didn't know existed until 2017 when I made this song. And it's named after, I guess, when two people get married, there is a wedding cake. Somebody told me that the wedding cake was mostly for the bride, and that occasionally the groom will get his own cake, which is hilarious and ridiculous. And I think I laughed myself into tears, which it doesn't sound that funny now, but at the time I thought it was really, really funny. That like a groom would be like, I want my own cake, and would actually go through the emotions of getting it made. So when I wrote Groom Cake, it was a love song. It was a love song that I'll leave. What's the word? I'm not gonna expound on it too much, but there are lyrics to this, and it's about falling in love. Just go listen to the song because I'm not gonna sing it in the stream. But the song is about dating somebody casually. You know, when you're dating somebody casually, and you both agree that you're just having a good time, but then you start to get not so casual feelings, and you don't tell them about it. You just kind of keep pretending everything's cool and cool and cool while you're like having a like weird panic episode all the time. It's a song about that. It doesn't match the chords, which are very, very chill, but it was done intentionally because I wanted it to seem like the effort efforted chill that sometimes you can put on. Like when you're actually panicking, but you just have to kind of pretend everything's cool, pretend you're aloof, and just kind of be sad in your own time. That's what Groom's Cake is about, and that is another, I will call it a Valentine's Day song. Just to be clear, I don't release music on Valentine's Day, but I feel like I write a lot of songs that are inspired by or written about love or situations that love has gotten me in. And I can't play them all on piano, but for all the ones that I can play on piano, I'm trying to get them all out now. Oh, I was playing Amnesia, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, that's right, I got distracted. So Amnesia is about the first person I dated when I moved to Los Angeles. And it tells a story about a girl. It's not a good one, but it is a fun song. I have a lot of people that have told me that that's their favorite song by me, which I don't know how to feel about. I don't know how I feel about that because it's a very, very depressing song. But it was maybe one of the first like really chill, super chill songs that I had made, especially with my vocals on it. Could you tell us about Suspended in Love? I can tell you about Suspended in Love. Okay, so Suspended in Love, I can only play one part of it, two parts of it. I can only play the intro. Also, there's the part in the third phase of the song that goes. So please go listen to the song if you haven't heard Suspended in Love, because now I'm going to get into a little bit of breakdown of like the theory behind making that song. Not music theory, but narrative theory. Happy Valentine's Day, cause. Okay, so Suspended in Love is written in three parts. First of all, the concept and title of the song, Suspended in Love, is about when you love somebody, or like somebody, or have any strong romantic or favorable, amicable feelings towards anyone. Let's not limit it specifically to love, but it is called Suspended in Love, so I'm going to use love from this point forward. When you love somebody, and you spend extended periods away from each other, whether because this is a long distance relationship or maybe you guys work remote or something like that. Basically, if you love somebody and you're not able to see them every day, you're seeing them maybe once a week, maybe even once a month. There's been a lot of times where I have dated people that I only really get to see once every other month, which for me, because I'm extremely low maintenance, is actually fine. But the song is about when your love gets suspended. For example, if you're spending every day around somebody, you are going to have arguments. You're going to realize things about them you don't like so much. Maybe they stink. Maybe they're not funny all the time. Maybe you're going to have to see them when they're not really putting on airs. However, when you're spending a long span of time away from somebody, your love kind of gets put on pause when they leave. And all of the favorable things you saw or thought of them before they're out of your vision or away from you physically, they kind of get frozen in time. And so, in that way, you could maybe be, you could love somebody and then they can go away, maybe, I don't know, on like a mission if they're Mormon, or they can go away to war, or they can go away for work, or they can go on a tour like I would, and the favorable feelings would remain. They wouldn't change. They wouldn't even age necessarily. But the thing that's funny about that is if you spend an extended period of time away from the person, you're changing and they're changing, but the love is kind of suspended in this really weird place. For example, I had a partner named Amelia who moved to Erie, Pennsylvania to go to school. Very stupid. I wasn't very happy about it, but she moved away to go to school. And during the time that she was gone, I mean, we were going to do a long distance thing, which is funny at the time, but we were going to do that. And during the time she was gone, we both changed. And I became somebody that she wouldn't necessarily like. And she became somebody that I wouldn't necessarily like today if I were to meet her for the first time. But because I loved kind of like the idea of what she was, we still kind of were able to make it work. I mean, not ultimately, right? Because she's not still here. But that's what Suspended in Love is about. That's what the title comes from. It comes from when your love is kind of put on pause or suspended even as you grow and the person grows, either apart or closer together. Now, the phases in the song, if you listen to the song, it's supposed to do a narrative arc. So the very beginning, it's very, very happy, very bouncy. Please go listen to the song. It's very bouncy and very fun. So, oh, Ted? Hi, Ted. Good morning. We're going over love songs because it's Valentine's Day, and that's what I've decided that this stream is going to be. So, the first phase of the song. It's very bouncy, very, very happy, very like cute and bubbly, because that is kind of like the initial infatuation or whatever. That's when love's coming about. The second phase, I will not play because it's only, it's really mostly driven by strings. Please go listen to it. Because it's the only song that I hired actual live instrumentalists, like live cellists, live violinists, live violists to come in and perform it. So those are real strings that you're hearing. The second phase of the song is very, very chaotic and very messy. And this part of the song is to symbolize growth and change, shifts in persons, personalities, or whatever. But there's still love there. There's still love there. But this is the people changing because they're spending an extended period of time apart. The third phase of the song, this one, it's supposed to resolve. That's why it starts on kind of like a tense chord, tense chord, tense chord, tense chord, and then it resolves on this kind of pretty chord. Because these two people are coming back together, it's resolving. Like the end of a story. So the people are coming back together. The love is still there because the love has been suspended, even though they are different. If you even listen to the chords in the first part, the first part of the song, just very, very chill, very easy, not so complicated. Versus the chords in the end, maybe more mature, maybe more advanced or grown up. That's the story or narrative arc of Suspended in Love, which is another love song. Thank you for whoever suggested that, because I don't think I would have remembered to bring that up on my own. I write so many love songs. Jesus. All right, so let's do another one. This song is off of Signals. It's called Winter Heart. So the interesting thing about Winterheart is that it's supposed to tell a story arc that Signals is really about. Signals is an EP of all jazzy music that I've written. And Winterheart is not the only love song on it, but we'll get to those later. So Winterheart has vocals, and it talks about. Oh man, I'm not gonna sing in the stream, but I will tell you what the vocals are, or what the lyrics are. The lyrics are: "Spring in my step, I'm walking down the street. Whoa, wait, hold on. Oh, hi, Bro Rose. Welcome to the stream. Today's Valentine's Day stream, so I'm going over and breaking down a big chunk of my love songs. And right now we are on Winterheart. So, spring in my step, spring in my step. I'm walking down the street, all by myself, in the summer heat. I want to fall in love again, but my heart stays frozen. But my winter heart stays frozen. That's funny. Okay, so very cheesy lyrics, but let's break them down at least slightly. At least slightly. So spring. The song is supposed to basically be telling the passing of time if you're in love with somebody, and also the loss of love. So we're starting with "Spring in My Step." "Spring in My Step." The first word of the song, the first lyric of the song, um, is spring, which is a season. The lyrics tell the passing of time in two different ways. Calendar time, so spring in my step, I'm walking down the street, all by myself in the summer heat. So spring, summer. I want to fall in love again, so fall. But my winter heart stays frozen. So it's spring, summer, fall, winter. So that is the calendar way that it tells the passage of time through the lyrics. Subliminally, really, because not everybody that listens to that song is going to go, "Oh, spring, summer, fall, winter." I get it. It's there's Easter eggs in these lyrics. But even if you don't get that part, the song kind of tells the passage of somebody's love. Also, there's a spring in the step, which is indicative in the intro of the song. It's very boppy, upbeat. In no way would the song seem sad. And then by the time we get to the end of the lyrics, it's talking about a winter heart staying frozen. You're welcome for explaining "Spinning in Love You," Saria. At the end of the song, it's me. At the end of the song, me talks about the heart being frozen, which is kind of what happens sometimes in love. You have your spring in your step, you're doing everything fine, and then in the end, you kind of, I think the heart, just like we as people, do mimic the seasons, you know? You have your bright and optimistic and gullible phases, then you have your dark, cold, and jaded phases, and honestly, you do reset. Even though we're growing all the time, and maybe we're always going to be a little bit more jaded now in our adulthood or in our teenagehood than we would when we were 8, 9, and 10, but you do cycle. You do go from being really sad and jaded to being very optimistic and happy and hopeful to being very sad and jaded to being optimistic, sad. You know, you do cycle through them. And so I was trying to embody that, or use some type of symbolism inside of the lyrics of the song. Because if you listen to the song just on its own, musically, the happiness of the song never lets up. It stays very chipper, even when I get into the lyrics, or the verses. It stays chipper. If you've come into the streams a few times, you might have heard me play a sad rendition of Winterheart, because I do have a slower, kind of more somber version of it, but the recorded version is the one that's going to be happy and upbeat through the entire thing. Hey Omni, what are your thoughts on artists not having social media or like don't remain in the eyes of the world? Like Frank Ocean, do you think it's better for artists to be open online in the public or no? Burroughs, that is not a thing that's better or worse. Artists are people, so they have different things that they need for themselves. It's like saying, is a guitar better for artists or is a piano better for artists? An artist maybe is an artist that uses a piano, another artist might be one that uses guitar. At the core of an artist, all they're doing is creating art. And that is completely exclusive from what type of social media presence they have or what they're wearing or how they're dressed or what their vernacular is or what their skin color is or how they're it's all that stuff is extra and actually not as related to the core art. If you talk to an artist, you sit an artist down and you really talk to an artist, or if you yourself are an artist, you know that when you're creating art, the relationship between you and the art is a one-to-one relationship. All this other stuff that comes into play, like, oh, where am I going to tour this year, what is going to be the cover art of this single, or all that extra stuff, it's not really tied in as an integral part of the art. So how do I feel about the artists that don't have social media? The same way I feel about the ones that do have social media. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, every artist just has a different way that they would like to live their life. When it comes down to artists and their art, I usually focus on, well, the art. So you bring up Frank Ocean. I like Frank Ocean's music. If Frank Ocean were all over the internet and making funny videos and posting memes all the time and stuff like that, and his music sounded the same, I would still feel the same way about him. I hope that answers your question, Bro Rose. Apparently, smell is one of the strongest emotional triggers in feeling relaxed and secure. I do miss her smell and her clothing when she's away, says Leo. I must have missed Leo's first thing because that sounds like an excerpt. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this because my coworkers are talking. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, maybe you'll have to watch this later when you're not at work. Oh, okay. Am I caught up? I'm caught up in all the questions. And I also finished explaining Winterheart. So, but in closing, really quickly for Winterheart, the music stays chipper. And the reason the music can stay chipper is because I am singing lyrics that are supposed to explain what the song is about. If you think back to earlier songs that I talked about, love songs, like Suspended in Love, there are no lyrics in Suspended in Love. So the narrative progression of the song really relies on me playing different chord movements. It relies on me to make sadder sounding chords, complicated sounding chords versus simple or happy chords because there are no words to tell you how to feel. And Winter Heart, I can play the happiest riff and chord progression, but I can tell you sad things and you will go, oh, okay, this is a sad song or at best emotionally ambiguous song. However, if you think about a song like Suspended in Love, you do have to listen to the song to gain what I mean the music, not the song. You have to listen to the music to gain what the emotional direction is of the song because there aren't words that are telling you how to feel. Um, and the thing that's interesting about that is the thing that's interesting about making a song that's all music and you're telling people how to feel via music is that I am somebody who is doing a lot of scoring now, and that's important to do in scoring. Um, and also, on top of that, you don't have to deal with like a language barrier. So like if I'm listening to K-pop or something like that, I am not fluent in Korean, so somebody could have a Korean song that's very, very, very poppy and bouncy and bubbly, and the lyrics could be very sad. But I, as somebody that doesn't speak the language, I'm going to miss out on that second narrative meaning of or narrative value of the song. I'm only hearing the music. Um, yeah, and so I feel like I try to lean more towards instrumental music. In the beginning, I leaned more towards instrumental music because I just didn't have a mic and wasn't very comfortable with my voice. But even as a as a person who can sing, enjoys singing, and likes adding that extra amount of lyrical content to my songs, I still have not lost sight of the power of an instrumental song because an instrumental song again does not have a language barrier. again, just has a wider reach. Um, and that is something that I don't want to lose going forward. And it is kind of like a push and pull because if you have an entire album that is instrumental, there is a huge group of people who are never going to listen to those songs. A lot of people need words so that they know how to feel about the song. This is why a lot of people don't like listening to like bebop or classical music. And it's also why when I started putting a lot of lyrics in my songs, even if they were featured vocalists, I was getting more people to listen to the songs. Um, yeah, that's a Winter Heart and Suspended in Love. Let's stay on Signals for a second. Love Letters is another song. So Love Letters has a few different meanings. The first meaning of Love Letters is that signal songs were named predominantly and written predominantly in downtown Los Angeles. If you think about Union Station, Spring Street, 78 to downtown, these are all references to downtown Los Angeles. Spring Street is the name of the street that I used to walk on like every day in 2017. There's a lot of dog parks on the street, so it can be kind of a fun walk. Union Station is the name of the train station in downtown. 78 to downtown is the name of the bus that goes from my neighborhood to downtown. Love Letters, and let's get the Love Letters. So Love Letters was written and named in downtown. I will get into the deeper meaning of the name, but the specific name Love Letters is actually a name of a tattoo parlor in downtown off of Spring Street. So if you have been inside downtown Los Angeles and been walking around, you might have seen, if you haven't seen if you haven't seen Love Letters, the tattoo shop, you've at least seen Spring Street. But diving into the deeper meaning behind Love Letters, Love Letters bears a lot of similarity to Suspended in Love, like we were talking about before. So Suspended in Love, oh, goodbye, Saria. I hope you have a good day with the rest of your job, or the rest of your work day. I hope it goes well. So Suspended in Love, as we talked about earlier in the stream, is about your love getting frozen, almost like a time capsule, especially when you spend extended periods of time away from the person or thing that you love. Now, Love Letters, all very similar, is a little bit more specific. So, Love Letters, if you've written a love letter for somebody, I have written a love letter for somebody. Writing is kind of this magical thing where it allows a person to be way more concise and eloquent, right? It's kind of like people who are leaving like comments on YouTube, especially if people are arguing via text. It's a lot easier to argue via text because you can organize your thoughts and you can come off sounding smarter, more eloquent, more organized, more biting. You can cross-reference things. It's like you have all the time. It's like being able to move like the Flash. You have all the time to prepare everything to the T. Now, love letters can work the same way. A lot of people can use love letters to be very eloquent, to be very saccharine, to say all the super sweet and detailed things that they want to say to a potential lover, a current lover, a former lover, whatever. And in that way, everybody kind of sounds better in love letters, hopefully. I mean, ideally, everybody sounds better in love letters than they do in person. People are just a little bit more eloquent when given thought than they are spontaneous when put on the spot. So, love letters is about... I'm trying to get to the part really quick first. And so if you've listened to me play piano, maybe before Signals came out, you knew where my skill set lied in that. This whole intro part of Love Letters is that. Now, when I usually play piano, it doesn't sound like this. This part of this song was carefully and meticulously crafted to have that, oh, it's really fast, jazzy, oh, all the flourish... I don't play like that at all. I don't play like that when I'm just messing around and improvising. This was a written part. This is a written part. It's a lot like Love Letters. when you go to a jazz club and you see jazz pianists or jazz saxophonists actually improv and riff around, it's insane because they're very good. They know what they're doing. They're running scales. They're doing all this stuff. This, because if you've heard me play Love Letters, you know that that is not improv. This part is the same every single time. Even the little solo. It's front loaded with all the beautiful and all the difficult flourishly stuff. You're right, Cyber. It is an analogy for the love letter. For love letters, you put all of this beautiful stuff. You pack in all the best things, all the biggest words you know, all the most beautiful things you know how to say. Maybe you're rhyming. Maybe it's like you've got poetry going on in there. You're mentioning the color of this person's eyes and stuff like that. That's what the intro of love letters is. If you break down once all this ends and you get to the end, and then you get into this part. I do like playing this song. It's a fun song to play. Oh, what if the song did end like that? Oh, is Ava here? Welcome to the stream, Ava. This is a Valentine's Day stream where I'm breaking down several of my love songs. Um, hmm. Why hasn't anyone made sheet music of your music yet? Because I would love to play it sometime, says Bro Rose. Bro Rose, I cannot answer for other people. Why do people eat spinach? I don't know. Maybe they're anemic like I am. Why haven't people made sheet music? I don't know, Bro Rose. I can only answer to what I do and what I don't do. And if you're asking me why I haven't made sheet music to my own music, it's because I don't know how. But you should probably ask other people why they haven't made sheet music to my music, because they would probably be able to give you a better answer than I would. But yeah, that's what Love Letters is about. Love Letters is about front loading. Oh, I probably should explain front loading. Front loading, it's a very commonly used term, but when I'm using it right now in this context, I'm using it to say you put all your best foot forward, all your best stuff in the beginning, because love letters are usually a precursor to meeting somebody. I mean, this is I don't want to take it here, but if I'm trying to modernize it, a love letter could be it could be like a vehicle for like Tinder profiles or a Tinder conversation. You're really trying to put your best foot forward. Once the person's there, once you have them there, you've done the hardest part, right? Once you get them there, maybe you can let things slide a little bit. Maybe you're not the coolest, maybe you're not the most witty, but in the very beginning, you do have to front load a lot of that stuff. Well, I think there's a very valid argument to be made whether you do have to do this or not. But I'm saying people do it, and so that is what love letters is about. Because when I've written love letters, I have been guilty of doing that myself. Front loading all of the beautiful stuff there, and then once that's through, just getting into the not bad, but kind of like the fun, playful, immature maybe monotony of a relationship, or of like a back and forth, or of courting, or of just love in general. It's fun, but it's not this wild, advanced, super complicated thing. And so that is love letters, and that's where it comes from, and where it's named after, and that's why I made it. I'm laughing at Ava's comment. I should name a song called Hey. I should name a song Hey. I mean, it would have literally zero SEO, but at this point, I have so many songs, SEO is like not. Anyways. Bro says, I've been single 2 years, and to be honest, I don't like online dating. I think I would either be desperate for someone, and that I think, oh wait, I think I would just be either desperate for someone and that I think it's too sketchy to online date. I would rather meet someone in person. Two things can be true, Burrows. You can date somebody online and meet them in person. But whatever floats your boat, Burrows. I hope you're just happy in whatever state you're in. Okay, we did love letters. Signals is not a love song. Oh, it is though. It is. This one? Signals is a love song. I can't, I can't talk about who it's about because sometimes I will write a love song for somebody and I will hold on to it until I don't love them anymore and then I'll put it out. That's a that's a little bit that's more into my personality that I don't need to get into. But Signals is a love song written for somebody, unfortunately, that I can't say. And then Cyber says who it's about. I can't say who it's about because it's somebody that exists in like my sphere, if that makes sense. And so I wrote this song for them. I wrote that song for them, a long time ago. And then when I was over it, and I was like over them, and I was like, okay, this is cool, like we can be homies. Then that's when I decided to release it. But it's so funny because it's so removed from its original purpose. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I wonder if they ever knew. I want to believe they knew. Do you ever do this thing where you don't want to tell somebody something completely outright? You don't want to tell somebody completely outright. So, or tell somebody anything. Maybe it has nothing to do with romance. You want to tell somebody something, but you don't want to tell them distinctly or explicitly. So you kind of put a symbol here, and you're like, hey, if they see this and they can figure it out, cool. But if they can't, also great. But I can rest easy knowing that I at least did something that could communicate an idea. I didn't just keep it to myself. I did share it. I just shared it in a very cryptic way that they probably wouldn't get unless they thought about it. And if it ever became a problem where they're like, hey, does this mean what I think it means? Because if it does, I'm upset right now. This sucks. You can just say, I don't know what you're talking about. You're overthinking it. It's kind of like a really a cowardly way to share a feeling. So, Signals was made because me and the person had a conversation back in 2016. Yeah, we had a conversation in 2016. And they said that they didn't understand how to date in Los Angeles because everybody, especially in the art world, everybody in the art world has like ulterior motives, which this is not untrue. So I understood them saying that, and they said that we need to come up with a better system of signals that we could give each other to know if the other person liked you. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. And we always joked about having like an updated system of signals. And so Signals, oh man, that's really funny. Anyways, and so Signals, even if you look at the art of Signals, somebody walking with their head kind of down, not paying a lot of attention, and there's like traffic lights, which is even more vested. What do you mean ulterior motives, like bad or good? Just ulterior. Ulterior doesn't mean bad or good, Burrows. It just means ulterior. So there's no implication on whether it's bad or good. It's just not the main motive. Like somebody will do something and have motives over here that are ulterior. Plausible deniability version. Heck yeah. I mean, isn't that all my music? All of my music kind of exists in a plausible deniability world. Because very few of my songs, the only explicit song that I have where the person is just like, this is about me, is Amnesia. Is LA known for that? Ulterior motives? No, LA is not known for that. Oh, known for. I think LA's known for a lot of things that it isn't actually, if that makes sense. I think people blame LA for being like a fake city or for people being fake in LA, but people are just as fake here as they are in every other city. Usually self-centered motivation, not necessarily negative. Cyber. This is why I like cyber. Cyber is eloquent when I can't be. That's exactly, yes. Fish thing. But I think that's people use the term selfish usually in a negative way. Selfish doesn't have to mean bad. It just means I care about me. In the end of the day, gotta look out for number one. I like to tell them outright after a bit of mental preparation, says Cause. Oh, very upfront, Cause. It depends on the person, it depends on the situation. I can't say whether I'm going to tell somebody something outright or not. There's a lot of extenuating circumstances and other factors that I'm not in control of that are going to influence whether I'm just going to go ahead and tell somebody something or not. Like if they're in a relationship. Anyways, Signals. That's what that song's about. Complete, and I always forget that that's a love song. God, I love those chords. I love this chord. Ugh. From here to here. Beautiful. Uh-oh. Hold on. You're getting distracted on me. So, Signals is also a love song. Union Station is not a love song. It's written about a train station. And 70 to Downtown is not a love song. It is written about a bus. So that covers all the love songs and Signals. We covered Key Lime. We covered Love Letters. We covered Winter Heart. We covered Suspended in Love. We covered Rose Milk. Flight Plan is written about a plane and me traveling. There is no love there. Over and Under is... Oh, I'm not going to talk about who Over and Under is about, but that is also a love song. But not a romantic love song. But I'm also not going to talk about who that is about. I apologize. From this point forward, I'm not going to mention songs that I'm not going to delve into. I'm pretty indirect as well, says Leanna. Only indirect if someone is first or severely misunderstood. Oh. Person's probably frustrated with the lack of directness from people, but yeah, like Omni says, it's just how people can be. Over and Under is a love song. A lot of my songs are love songs. It's whatever. I mean, even the songs that are like really upset. Oh crap! Catching Up. I'm stretching it a little bit to make it a love song, but I'll delve into it and we can explain why that's true. Yes, if you love a particular place or thing enough, it can be a love song. And I do love Union Station. There's just not a lot of story to to break out there, Ava. I love Union Station because it's a train station in Arizona where I was born. It doesn't have train stations. So moving here and actually being in one, it was great. So I love Union Station. But the song that I was getting into, Catching Up, is about somebody. It's about somebody that, in retrospect, I realize I was their villain, kind of. And I think I'm okay with that. It's somebody that I dated for a little while, and I was very miserable. And, not because of them, but I was just a very miserable person. And because of where I was, because of where my career was, because of where I physically was, like because I was in Arizona, and I think over the course of our relationship, I got more and more miserable and antsy, and they got more and more content and comfortable. And so, if you listen to, well, let me see what happened. I guess eventually that couldn't last. So we reached a breaking point where I was like, I need to get out of here. And it's not to get away from you. I just need to get out of here. I need to leave. So I ended up leaving school, quitting my job, getting in my car, filling my car with like clothes and junk, and I just came to Los Angeles. And then I think they had this idea that I was gonna come home eventually. And no, not like I was here for a weekend. I told them I was moving out here. I was like, I'm moving. This is not my home anymore. I am leaving. And I think they thought, oh, Ami's just going out to LA to like figure out some things, maybe his music career, and then he's definitely going to come back once he, I don't know, gets a lot of fans or something. Or he's going to go out there and like do like a boot camp where he works to become a better musician and then he's going to come back. They were operating from like the notion that I was always going to come back, and I was operating from the notion that um, I don't know what I'm doing, but I can't be there anymore. So, anyways, I stayed out here for a little while. And then eventually our relationship turned into them talking to me about all these things that were going on in Arizona and me getting more and more busy in like music stuff here and telling them about things that were going on in my music career in LA. And as time went on, it became very apparent that both of us hated these conversations because she didn't really care about my music career. She didn't really care about what I was doing in LA. And I didn't really care about Arizona because I didn't like it anymore. And I didn't care about any of my old friends there because I wanted to be away from them. So it was kind of this weird, we were giving each other all of this information that the other one didn't want. It was like a really tense, weird conversation. And so if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it kind of tells, I'm not going to go over the lyrics, but if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it kind of tells the um, story about me talking about my life and them not caring, and them talking about their life and I'm not really caring. And it's a very danceable song. I made it dancey for some reason. But they sent me a letter. They mailed me a letter in 2018? 19? 19. They mailed me a letter in 2019, and a love letter? I don't know, Cyber. I threw it away. I didn't open it. I have a rule where I don't open things from people I don't talk to. Let me explain. If if I have if I have left you and I don't want to talk to you, and you mail me something and I read it, I'm now talking to you, and I don't want that. It's almost like letting somebody walk into my home, and so I have to open the door and let you in. And so if somebody mails me a letter and I throw it in the garbage can, I think they did their part. They like sent their thing. I'm just not going to read it. So I don't know if she mailed me something and wanted something back. I don't know if she mailed me something and it was an angry letter, but I just decided to not let her occupy space in my brain. And so she's not the only ex that sent me a letter. I just never read them. I did in the past. I have in the past, not like recent past, like very very long ago, like junior high or something like that. Like you break up with somebody, then like one of their friends gives you like, "Yo, Rachel said to give you this," and it's like, oh, okay, and you open it up and read it, and now maybe your day is ruined, um, or now maybe you have like feelings that you didn't want, that you didn't need, and so I think that on one hand it could seem very mean and cold to not open letters from an ex, but I also think that um, opening it allows this person to have more control over my life and emotions than I would like, than I want. So I just don't open it, and it's not like a power bill where if I don't open the bill, they'll shut off my power. If somebody sends you a letter and you don't open it, I mean, it's your right. So yeah, she sent me a letter in 2019 last year. God, that was only a year ago. She sent me a letter, and I threw it away. And then, like a month later, a completely different ex sent me a letter. It was a really weird month, and I threw that one away as well. What song are we talking about? Oh, Catching Up. So if you listen to Catching Up, it's basically about how me and her would talk. We wouldn't care about what the other one was saying, and eventually became this thing where we knew we were never getting back together. We knew we were never going to see each other again, and I was just like, "Why am I talking to you?" I didn't say that to her. I mean, I actually might have, but not in such a crass way, not in such a blunt way. I was just like, what is this? Can we stop talking to each other now? Like, I got things I'm trying to do. You got things you're trying to do. You're probably gonna get married, have a kid, do your whole Arizona thing. I'm not coming back. You're not coming out here. I think we both know that now. Can we stop this thing? And then We did, but then she sent me a letter. I was like, what the heck? We had a deal, so I threw it away. Um, uh, Unwanted DMs, yes, Leanna. If somebody sends me a letter who I don't want to talk to, it is the exact same thing as somebody if you blocking somebody and then them making a new account and DMing you. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, have I been that person? No, I haven't actually. Hmm. I haven't been that person. I haven't been the person that sends the letter. Just received it a bunch of times. Um, what's another love song? Wow, this took up so much more of the stream than I thought it was going to. This was just supposed to be like the first 15 minutes. Oh, I miss you. Oh my god, thank you. Who said that? Who said that? Wow. Oh, Leanna. I like Leanna a lot. I like a lot of you guys. I like all you guys, but every now and then you guys will say something that makes me smile. So Leanna's making a reference to my song "I Miss You," which is a love song. That brings me right into another one. Where would I be without people segueing me constantly? Okay. "I Miss You," which goes like. And then it gets into the verses where I basically just say, I miss you so, a bunch. uh, that song. You know what's really funny about that song? I don't even remember who I was missing. Oh, I do. Oh, I do remember who I was missing. I wrote several songs for her then. So at the time I was missing, I guess it's more of a friend love, but I was missing Kiwi, who I also ended up writing a song for. So, I Miss You So is about Kiwi, who is a woman who lives in Florida. Also, if you have heard my song Kiwi, that song's also about Kiwi, obviously. Kiwi, this is so sad because this is going to be on a public thing, and so I hopefully none of you know Kiwi. Um, Kiwi is somebody that I don't. I mean, I think we all have that person, or at least have had that person, where it's like if you're around, you kind of don't do anything but bicker and argue all the time. But when you're apart, you're like always texting because like you do miss the person. It's just you seem to get along in this really weird way where it is a lot of arguing, just arguing and hitting, not like hitting, but like 6-year-olds that can't get along. Burroughs has a question. She must be great, says Lana. She's very great. She's great. She's gone now. I have her longboard. She left her longboard here. I have her. Anyways, she's a great one. I wrote her 2 songs, and I think she's just enjoying her life now. She's no longer in the scene. She doesn't come out and visit really anymore. That's not right. Sorry, guys. I know this is not fun to watch. I'm trying to do something. There it is. Found it. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything before I move on. Oh, it's just Burroughs. They have a question. Yeah. I'm ready for it. Fire it away whenever you've got it, Burroughs. But yeah, there's 2 songs for Kiwi. So I Miss You and Kiwi were both songs for Kiwi. Which I wouldn't necessarily call them love songs. But at the time when we were really close, I loved Kiwi. So I would call them love songs now, I guess. So you spell it Kiwi. It's an alternate spelling. It's Kiui. I hope you're looking for the song and not the person, Cyber. At least she might be in a group of friends I know. Oh, she might be, Cyber. She might be. Oh, heavens. I gotta get off this. Alright, so those are two also love songs. Guys, there's a. If anything, this little segment, this little Valentine's Day segment of mine has made me realize that I write maybe too many love songs. Because, I mean, even if we get into freaking that, Close Down. Oh, this song's really cool, I won't get into all of the specifics of that song because there is a slight suicide reference in the song, and I don't want to down everybody. I want to get everybody in a bad mood. It's Valentine's Day. Sonic is out in theaters, guys. I don't want to make anybody sad. But that song is a reference to 2016 Christmas Eve, my drive back from Santa Clarita. I had gotten broken up with, and I don't want to get into all that, but it was by the Amnesia Girl. And the Amnesia Girl is hilarious, by the way. Just those three words. The Amnesia Girl, the girl that Amnesia was about, our relationship ended in Santa Clarita, and I was driving back from Santa Clarita, and it was raining. It was very cinematic, if I do say so myself. What a great time that was for me. Oh, very cinematic. It was raining. I was very upset, and wow. I mean, for transparency's sake, no, I guess I'll get into it. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, Alpha. Hold on. Pause this, guys, really quick. Remember we were on Close Down because Burroughs asked a question, and I didn't get around to it. If someone is with another person... If someone is with another... No. Yes. If someone is with another person and a significant other calls her names and belittles her every day since she is trying to be by herself but she still loves him, so what should she do? I don't know, Burroughs. I'm not Dr. Phil. I don't know Burroughs. I don't know this person. I don't really know the situation. I don't know how old these people are. I don't know if these people live together. I've been dating people that called me names constantly and it was fine. I've also been with people that called me names and it wasn't fine. I don't know. Also, I would not say that I am the paragon of truth or health when it comes to relationship advice. If you've learned anything from this stream, Burroughs, it's that that is not what I'm good at. And this, those chords, ooh, I've mastered them. Beautiful. I can play them in a bunch of different keys. But relationships, this stream basically is just about all the relationships that have crumbled around me and how I've managed to get some pretty good chords out of them. So I don't know if I'm the right person to ask for love advice on this holiest of days, day of Saint Valentine. He was a saint, wasn't he? Didn't he like chase all the snakes back into England or something like that? I don't remember there, but there is a story about him. I think he was a saint. I definitely know who this girl is. I won't say any more though. Yeah, Cyber. Ugh, miss her to pieces. Leanna says sounds complicated, but she should def have a real talk with the person. See, Leanna. Okay, Leanna's great. Thank you, Leanna, for helping Burroughs when I could not. You're a person of heavy logic, though, Omni, says Alpha. Yes. Aren't we all people of heavy logic? Burroughs says, sorry for asking weird questions, Omni. It's just my curiosity gets the better of me sometimes. I appreciate the questions, Burroughs. If anything, I'm just more so upset that I can't really be of more help to you. The patron state of wasps and pestilence. I used that word yesterday. On my friend. I used that word on my friend. She thought she had pneumonia, and I made a pestilence joke. He married people illegally and was executed today. Oh, that is not funny. I'm so sorry. And thank you, Donovan, for that very important piece of trivia. Guys, he did not chase the snakes back into England. He was just marrying people. He was marrying people to each other like a priest would. He wasn't just like marrying people. No, he was marrying people like a priest would. And then they killed him. Wow, they killed him. Sorry, sorry, Saint Valentine. At least he's a saint now. Anyways, we were in the middle of Close Down. So on Close Down, we're gonna rush through this because it is sad, and I'm also a little bit over time. So Close Down. It's about driving. If you've ever driven in the rain, your windshield gets blurry. There's a line in the song. Wait, it's 2 a.m. on the road. But I'm leaving alone. The street lights are the street lights are hazy, with tears tonight. I'm very proud of that line because the street lights are hazy with tears tonight. The street lights are hazy anyway when it's raining, and I had a lot of a lot of rain on my windshield. But sometimes the thing that water does on a windshield and the things that tears do when they get in your eyes is very similar to what it does to streetlights. So the streetlights are hazy with tears tonight. Is just a fancy lyrical way of saying I'm driving while crying and I'm probably gonna die. But I didn't because I'm here doing this Valentine's Day stream, so we're all very happy for that. Another love song that appears on Quick Breath and Ego Death is Vanilla. Remember the song Vanilla? So that song's about a very, very good date that I went on with someone that I never saw again. And if you listen to the lyrics of the song, I'm not gonna sing all the lyrics of the song, but if you listen to the song, you get a chance to. It's about a date that I went on where. Da, 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 da. Oh, that is a really good song, though. I do really like that song. It's a song about being out with this girl, and we went to a place here in Los Angeles called Salt and Straw. It's an ice cream place. For those of you that are familiar with my lactose intolerance, I don't really do ice cream a lot because it makes me sick. But I got ice cream with this person. I got lavender ice cream. I remember it like it was yesterday. And it was raining. I'm not going to go over all the lyrics, but basically the song captures lyrically that feeling when you're out with somebody and you don't have any plans and it's not the best situation. There's a line in the song that says, let's turn this rain to snow, which is like, it's just like make the best of a bad situation. A lot of people like snow, but nobody like loves rain. Snow like makes things kind of look pretty and picturesque. Rain just makes things wet. And so turning the rain to snow in the context of that song is like it's raining. This sucks. Let's make it a good thing. Let's make it something cool. And it's like our cell phones have died. There's a line about cell phones dying because we haven't charged our phones. And it's talking about getting vanilla ice cream cones. We went to go get vanilla ice cream cones, and by some weird, sick twist of fate, they were actually out of vanilla ice cream, and we had to get lavender ice cream cones. And then the ending of the song is talking about turning into vanilla ice cream cones because we were just very cold. It was very cold out. Wow. I do love that song. I could do a whole hour-long stream breakdown just on that song, and what went into writing it lyrically and musically. I think I will do that probably sometime soon. Yes, lavender ice cream cyber. You're right, Cause. Making it something beautiful. Making it something beautiful. Very, very difficult to do, but something that when you're with somebody that you care about or that you like, sometimes you can make the best out of, literally the worst situation. So, yes. Vanilla. Wow. I am going to do a breakdown specifically on that song. I'm very proud of that song. I haven't listened to it really since I released it, but I'm still very proud of it. And Theory. Ego Death and Quick Breath. What's another one? I can't do the Mia Gladstone one because she wrote all the lyrics to that. I cannot do the Abby Press one because she wrote all the lyrics to that. I can do the song. Uber to Cerritos. Uber to Cerritos. Young Skirt did his lyrics. Uber to Cerritos is about when you're dating somebody or when you like somebody. Don't even have to be dating. When you like somebody, but it doesn't matter. I think in grade school, I always thought that. Remember when grade school where the hard part was telling somebody you liked them? But once you told them you liked them, it was just like, all right, now everything's fine. Like, hey, I have a crush on you. Do you want to go out with me? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then everything's really easy and fine because you're kids and life is uncomplicated. Uber to Cerritos is about not that. It's about the opposite of that. It's about when somebody knows you like them and you know this person likes you and it's still very difficult for whatever reason because you both have weird baggage or you have some weird like insecurities or something like that. And the lyrics that I wrote at the very end was that I would Uber to Cerritos if I thought that you still cared. I would Uber to Cerritos if I thought that you were still there. It's it is specific, but it can be broadened. Um, it can be broadened to fit any scenario. And so Ubering to a place, especially in Los Angeles and in dating culture, has kind of been delegated to, like, I guess, like just hookups. People usually aren't like Ubering over to some place in the middle of the night to hang out. People are like Ubering with, there's a few acts on the agenda that they're Ubering out there too. And I think my thing was, I hate Uber, and I have a car. I hate Uber because it's expensive, and I also have a car. Ubering is something that I only do if I desperately need to get somewhere. Like if I'm out and about, and I'm like, I know I need to be home. I can't wait for the subway. I need to be home. I would Uber home. It's like an emergency thing. You're right, Cyber. It is called a booty call. And I feel like so knowing how extreme and dire the situation has to be for me to Uber somewhere is like me telling somebody this is how badly I would want to be wherever you are. I would Uber to you. Like that song where that guy's like, I would walk 1,000 miles, and I would walk 10,000 more, or is it 1,000? Doesn't matter. He wants to walk a really far distance to be around this person, and I feel like um, that was my contextualization of that. I'm not gonna walk 1,000 miles for anybody, but I will Uber to somebody. And saying that you would Uber to somebody if you thought they still cared is just, I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think that there's any like vested deeper layer to that. It's I would Uber to you if I thought that you still cared because that's how badly I would want to be around you. Uber to Cerritos is a love song. Young Skirt wrote the first half of that song, so I wish I had him here to kind of divulge into his half of it and where the real point of his lyrics lie. Um, yes, I have not Ubered to anybody in a very very long time. No, wait, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. I've Ubered to people. I Ubered to somebody while I was in New York, but that's just because I was in New York, and I was in New York and I needed to get to a place that the subway wasn't going to take me. It was a very expensive Uber too, but a studio date is a studio date, and I knew I was leaving the next day, so I really wanted to get there in time. Um, Tell us a booty call story, says Alpha. I don't have a booty call story. I think the whole point of me talking about my Uber thing was that that's not what it was. You're in the wrong. You're in the. I'm sad. I'm sad that I don't have those stories for people. Booty call story. There's like a few things that I feel like every human kind of has, like booty call stories, and also like wild Tinder stories. I never really like rocked Tinder like a lot of people did. So even earlier when I was talking about love letters, and I was like, it could be a modern vehicle for Tinder profiles and Tinder dates. I was like, I'm kind of only saying that out of not from experience. I don't know how people do Tinder. I'm not saying that to be an indictment or anything or judgmental at all. It's just I don't know that I have the energy to do that. I think that I would get really sad. I think Tinder would make me very depressed, so I just avoid things like that. I also think that booty calls would make me very depressed too. Um, Anyways, Cyber says, I mean, it's like me in a lot of ways. We don't curse. We don't. Oh, you don't either? He's a musician, so he gets a lot of attention from women, but I just don't drink and curse. Hey, Cyber, you got me pegged. Not always from very good people. A lot of the attention comes from people that like music, but don't necessarily like musicians. If you understand what I mean. I feel like there's, I feel like there's a lot of people that get to be in front of me and they're just like, oh, this is what it is. You just play piano all the time. This sucks. I don't like this. I don't know what they thought. Anyways, I'll do two more because we are way over, guys. We are way over, and I can't keep making this an hour and 15-minute stream. Um, Beat Super Mario 64, DS2, then Meet Omni Boy. Oh, I was one of me. I'm one of them. That's cool. Finished college. All those things sound doable. I don't use dating apps at all, so if friends complaining about it, I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so I'll do two more songs. Love songs. Quick Breath and Ego Death. What else is on there? Nothing. Next. It's a lie. If you listen to Ego Death, every single song on Ego Death is a love song. I just can't play them. All I can play is vanilla. I don't even have to dig into some of them. Some of them are very face value love songs. Left Behind is a song about like where I don't want to. Ooh, Atlantis is a good one. Left Behind is just about being really needy and clingy and not wanting to be abandoned because you have some weird vested and abandonment issues. So I don't really need to dig into that song. It's very on the front face. There's not a deeper meaning there. But Atlantis, ooh boy, do I love Atlantis. So if you can be bothered to go listen to Ego Death, there is a song on it called Atlantis, which was a song that uses the analog looping technology that I did discuss in yesterday's stream. And the lyrics are... Oh my god, what are the lyrics of that song? I know what the song's about, but I can't remember the lyrics. It's about drowning. It's about drowning. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. All I see is you. I'm drowning. I'm trying to get to the first half. Oh, wow. Thought you'd realize. Okay, so the song is about drowning. I'm not going to go through every single word. Please listen to this song. Please listen to this song. Because I love this song. I worked really hard on this song. And I want you to get it. But, wow, yeah. The song has a double meaning. Where I describe a beautiful sight. Yeah, I describe a beautiful sky, and then it ends with hardly realize I'm drowning. It's the motif of the song is I'm looking at something beautiful. Oh, beautiful sky, beautiful sun, beautiful sunset. Can't hardly realize I'm drowning. This person has beautiful eyes. Oh, you have beautiful eyes. Hardly realize we're drowning. And the physical one layer of the imagery is that this person is drowning and they're looking up through the surface of the water at all these beautiful things, and it's almost masking or distracting them from the very, very urgent issue of them asphyxiating. Yay, drowning. And then the song just ends with me just saying I'm drowning a bunch of times into my vocoder. Now, that's a love song too, because it's about when you are... Have you ever been with somebody and been... Ooh, I'm going to end on this one. This almost might need to be like a two-part thing. Jesus, I didn't realize it was going to be this much stuff. But I just have too many love songs. Anyways, have you ever been with somebody and you know things are bad? You know they're bad. You know it's not going to end up well, but you're just kind of ignoring it in order to enjoy the very present, immediate time in front of you. Maybe you're looking at this person and you're looking at what they do work-wise, or where they're going life-wise, or what they're going to look like in a few years, or you're looking at them and you're like, this does not work. This is not going anywhere. Kind of like when I left that other person I was dating when I moved out to LA. I could see that. I was like, even before I moved, I was like, I'm miserable here. this is not, I'm not, we're not getting married and getting a house and starting a family. That's never going to happen. I'm not going to stay here. This place is a prison for me. I'm getting the heck out of here. But you also like the person, so you kind of just finish your cheeseburger and you guys go see a movie and you guys, I don't know, um, go buy, I don't know, some weird like couples thing. You do the thing, you're going through the motions, but in the back of your head, you're like, this is not it. This isn't it. I'm about to bounce, you're about to bounce, something's about to happen. I can't be here. I can't stay here anymore. But in this moment, I'm trying to block all that out and just look at this person and go, hey, they're pretty cute and we seem to get along very well. We respect each other. And at the end of the day, at the end of the today, maybe that's all that matters. That's what Atlantis is about. It's called Atlantis because a lot of the imagery is about drowning. And when you're drowning, where is Atlantis? It's at the bottom. It's at the very bottom. Atlantis in that song represents the thing that you're going to end up at, right? The bad thing that you're going to end up at, the bad thing. Let me do the two side by side because I can tell maybe it's a little confusing. In the relationship context, you know you're going to end up away from each other, and that's good because this thing is not good for you. You know you're going to end up away from each other. It's just sad because you don't want that to happen. And the whole drowning thing, you're not going to be at like up in the sky and breathing air, and that kind of sucks. You're never going to be up there. You are drowning. You are falling into this thing, but it's Atlantis down there, baby. And people like Atlantis. I mean, the Atlantans, dude. Atlantans? Anyway, people like Atlantis. When I moved out here, it was really sad because it was a thing I knew that was going to happen, and I was going to have to give up a lot of things to be here. But ultimately, this is where I wanted to be. It was just that I was looking at the thing, the person I was with, and going, this is nice. Why do I have to ruin this? Why do I have to ruin this? Why do I have to be down here under all this water? Why can't I just be up there? Anyways, that's Atlantis. Oh, and oh my goodness, and that is a good song. Instead of confronting them back then, I would just wait for an excuse to not be around them, says Cause. Goodbye, Kid James. Thank you for being in the stream. How long is it drowning since it's a dragon? How long is it drowning since it's a dragon? I don't understand that question. Maybe I missed something earlier in the stream, bros. Just an aside thought, since it's Valentine's Day and I know Omni sticks to black and whites in clothes, but it'd be cheeky if he had some red gloves. Oh god, red. But that would be cheeky, you're right. I knew the friendship wasn't going to last, especially with how she was behaving, and she's one of those my closest friends in high school. I was honestly happy when I moved. Yeah. Why is Atlantis a dragon? Says Burrows. I don't know what you're talking about, Bros. Because on the cover art you made for the mixtape, it was green and had a dragon. Are you talking about the? Uh, what? I'm talking about the song. I'm talking about the song Atlantis from Ego Death. You're mentioning the cover art for Tall Tales, which is a dragon painted by a very very talented painter in Arizona. But no, those two aren't the same. Atlantis is not a dragon. Um, I'm angry at my past self sometimes because it's also a bit fun to look back on. Yeah, I mean we grow. We grow. We grow. Sometimes you have to look back there and go, I'm better now. I think that I think that if all of the stream has told you anything, maybe gather that relationships usually don't work out in my case. Also, I tend to get pretty good music from them. Hmm. if I'm looking for like a glass half empty approach. And I think that most of the times, not all the times, most of the times, a relationship hasn't worked for me. It's been because of music. So it's kind of um, this really weird situation or cyclical thing where I get close to somebody and they start to pull me away from music, and I'm like, this sucks. And so I overcorrect and go back to music. They leave in some way or order of those things. And then I write songs about being upset about it. And then I reset, and the cycle continues. And eventually, I am going to die. But I'm interested to see what phase of the cycle I'll be in when I'm dead. You know, like when I die, when I pass, will I be in the alone writing songs about an X phase? Or will I be in the with somebody and writing songs about food phase? I don't know. We grow. There was somebody that I apologized to once. I hope one day you can find a balance with someone that can love and do music. I don't really care, Burrows. No, I don't. It's not that I don't care that you hope that. That's actually a really nice thing that you hope that, and thank you for that. That's actually a very nice thing. But I'm actually okay. This is kind of like my natural state. It's like my windows don't close all the way. At least not airtight. You know, there's always going to be a little bit of air getting in. But this is my state, and I love this. I love this apartment. I love it. I'm living good. But thank you, Burrows, and thank you for being in the stream also. Let's go over a little bit of news. It is Valentine's Day today. I have a very important meeting that I'm kind of stressed out about a little bit. That's going to happen in roughly an hour, and I haven't done as much prep for it as I should. So that's a thing. But after that, I'm just going to chill and enjoy my Valentine's Day. I have already bought my tickets to go see Sonic in theaters. A local boba shop is making special Valentine's Day boba, but it comes in one of those scientific Erlenmeyer flasks. I'm going to get that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to I just bought some fresh egg challah bread from a local deli. I'm going to make a great sandwich with it. I think today is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. And I have 2 new albums out. I already talked about one. It's called Ego Death. It has a lot of love songs on it. There's another one called Quick Breath. It also has a couple love songs on it, but most of which I did not write the lyrics to. If you want to hear Ego Death or Quick Breath or Daydream or Speed Dream or Nice Dream or Love Dream or Lush Dream or Tall Tales, what else is there? Or remixes, I don't know, official remixes, unofficial remixes. You can hear some, if not all of them, on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon MP3. Whoa. Wait, sorry, hold on 1 second. I have to see this through. I think this woman thinks I'm a crazy person. But I'm not a crazy person. I'm not a crazy person at all. There's just like a local cat that really pisses me off. And so I don't like it when it hangs out around the stairs. And this lady keeps feeding it. And every time she feeds it, she sees me scowl at the cat. Today I gave her a good scowling too. Why feed him on my stairs? Go feed him on your own stairs. Okay. It's 30 minutes past the hour. You really gotta go. I really do gotta go. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes. Oh my god. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon MP3, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Brew, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. If you want to hear any of my other songs that have videos, like Hush Hour or like Into Thin Air, you can hear those on YouTube as well, featuring a nice little video that I recorded on my phone. I do have some shirts coming out this year. I also have some stickers coming out this year. I also have some shows that I'm going to be playing this year, but I can't announce the dates of any of these things because they are not confirmed yet. But the stream will keep going strong. This is stream Morning Medley number 74, I believe. And this is Friday, so this is the last stream of the week, so I won't see you guys again until Monday. But I want to thank you guys for being here with me on this one. We're getting ever closer to the 100th stream, where I will start doing slightly more breaking down of the production of a lot of my songs, and maybe a few tutorials here and there, but it still will remain very conversation focused, and there will be improv, I promise. I just am going to have to evolve the stream at some point, because we can't do this 1,000 times. I mean, we could, couldn't we? Well, I could. I don't know if you guys are going to stick around, how often you guys are going to be here, but you are here for 74, and I do appreciate that. This song right here, Hush Hour, is not a love song. It's a lovely song, but it's not a love song. I wrote it while I was in Hong Kong. It's just about how quiet Hong Kong can be, even though there's so many people in it. It was really weird. I mean, Japan is kind of the same way from time to time. I feel like in Los Angeles, I can be on a subway train with two people, and it can be very noisy. In Japan, you can be in like completely crowded places and quiet as a mouse. Anyways, I wrote this song when I was abroad, and it's the song that I used to close the streams. Hooey. Guys, you have been very, very good today as far as conversation. You guys have been very patient with me as I rambled through several love songs that I've written in no particular order. I always am a little bit remiss to go over love songs because people get upset when you've written a love song about someone who isn't them if you love them. People don't like that. People do not like that. I have to be very, very particular, especially about naming conventions, because I have written love songs about other people or released love songs about other people. After even I wasn't even talking to the person anymore. And so I always have to be careful about that. I have never, I should say, I have never written a love song about somebody while I was with them. Something very important to consider. I'll leave you guys on that. Thank you for being so respectful to me and polite to each other. You guys always make it easy, and I don't know that I even deserve that, but I do appreciate it. That's for sure. Leanna Cyber, everybody. Haven't seen Isadora in a while. I hope she's doing okay. Extend my love to Jellystar as well, who has been missing. But I will be back here Monday. If I don't see you guys, I do hope you have a good weekend and a really good Valentine's Day. I mean, it's just a day, guys. At the end of the day, it's just a day. A lot of people are alone today. I'm alone today, but I got good food. I have a couple of friends, and Sonic came out in theaters today. It's in theaters, guys. It's out. I can see it now. And really, that is maybe the most important Valentine's event of all. Leanna says bacon and eggs. I woke up alone today. Yes, I woke up alone. For those of you that don't know, Bacon and Eggs is a song that I wrote on the Lost Polaroids EP. And the first lyrics of that song are, I woke up alone today. Yes, I woke up alone. And it's just about going through your single motions. Eating some bacon and eggs, being in your zone. I woke up alone. I woke up in the zone. I'm not gonna dwell here, guys. I'm not going to dwell here. We've gone over quite a bit. Thank you, Leanna, for always being very irreverent with your sense of humor and referential. Even when I flounder, I appreciate it. I will see you guys Monday. Please enjoy. Please enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day and your weekend. Abba. I woke up alone today. I woke up alone.